Hello, hello, hello everybody. Matt Johnson here again from Direct Language Solutions. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. It's that time of the week again for the question of the week. I have a very interesting question here from a fellow, I believe his name is Mark, and his question is, what would you suggest to the absolute beginner who wants to learn another language? And is there a best way to begin a language? I have family members who often ask me the question, but I am unable to give the right answer. I have learned my language through pure trial and error without any method, so I am not sure I'm not 100% qualified to offer a sound opinion. I hope that you'll be able to answer my question in the future, enjoying the videos. Keep it up. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. Thank you very much, and thank you for the question. It's a very good question, and it is actually a little bit difficult to provide an answer to because language learning is obviously it's a process. It's not so much a linear thing like mathematics. In mathematics, you just learn formulas and you apply them and you practice them and eventually you know them really well. Language is a very personal thing. You learn it for your own personal reasons and you can personalize the way you learn it. So I can't give you one method that is guaranteed to work for everybody and there's certainly not just one method to learn. In language learning, skill is a factor not only from language to language, but also as a language learner, you become a better language learner with time and you learn skills that help you to learn languages more easily with time. So, I'm going to give you a few strategies that you can try that, in my opinion, are universal. They definitely work for me and they work for everyone I've spoken with and shared these with. So, here they are. Number one, do not become obsessed with perfection. Before you start learning, go ahead and get your mind in the right place. Don't be obsessed with perfection. Language learning is about communicating, not impressing anybody or being perfect. So, now let's go into some specific techniques. Take charge of the learning process. Of course, language learning is very subconscious. Your brain learns a lot on its own and you can let it, but take charge as much as you can. Choose interesting content. What does that mean? Well, you don't want to choose a boring textbook with lots of explanations that don't really teach you how to communicate in the language. Go find recordings of the language that you like and just listen to them. You like the voice. If you even think that you understand what they're talking about and you like the topic, listen to it. If anything, if you like the voice, if you're a total beginner, just listen to it for a while. Get used to the language. When I was learning German, I listened to things I didn't understand at all for maybe a month. And I just understood them with time. So listen, listen, listen to things that you like listening to. And as you improve your comprehension, you'll like listening to them even more because you'll begin to understand them. Your brain will start to adapt and you will start to understand. Read as much as possible. Read things that you like. Read, read, read. When you read, you don't even have to study grammar per se to learn grammar because when you read, you see the language in its living context, at least in written form, and you see the grammar in action, and you're just going to accept the rules just as you accept the rules in your own language because you see them so much, and you won't have to deliberately learn them. When you practice, when you speak and write, relax, and try to teach yourself, try to train yourself to become very attentive and learn to notice things that are going on in your own language usage, your own mistakes. Train yourself to notice them. Train yourself to pay attention to the way native speakers write and speak, and try to imitate them. You just want to imitate. So, what I'm getting at is spend a lot of time absorbing the language and not expecting to be able to produce it perfectly. Absorb, absorb, absorb. Once you've absorbed a lot and you're familiar with how the language sounds, and you have a vocabulary built up, you're going to want to start doing specific things. One thing I like to do, I like to write. I would recommend not just write, 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 and don't write on your own. Don't write your own ideas at first. At first, find a source, some content that you like reading that you can understand quite well, and copy it. Just start with 10 sentences. If you can get quality work, don't just write away and just write and make your hands tired. Get a high quality pen. I like this fountain pen. I write only with this pen. This is the only pen that I use. It's a beautiful pen. Write with a pen that you like. Write in a notebook that you like writing in, and copy 10 sentences of native material that interests you in the language. And as you're copying it, read it out loud, absorb the material, and you're just going to notice if you do this, if you do 10 sentences per day, every day. After a month, you're going to notice you've activated a lot of the language. You've learned a lot of expressions. You've improved your grammar. You've broadened your vocabulary. You'll notice these things, and it doesn't even require much effort. Language learning is not really about effort. It's more about time and forming an emotional connection to the language. So, those are a few strategies, and I actually have 7 strategies, 7 techniques that I like to use, and I'm going to go into detail about each one of these techniques in our upcoming book. We don't have a publication date yet, but we will soon. 7 strategies for successful language learning. And you guys can check it out when it's up. You can subscribe to our newsletter, and you can be the first to receive this book. So, and that will go into all these techniques and more in detail. So, I hope this video has helped you all and that you have a fantastic day, and I wish you all the best in your language learning and in your life. Toodaloo for now.